This is the third assessment of the evidence up at the cabin. In the meadow, there are two trees that have been placed on top of a bent over tree. There's the butt end of these two trees laying on top of this other tree. Here's the tree on the stump with another tree laying on top of that. From the car, you can see it driving into the cabin. On the left, right by that stump, is where the blind is. Right there. On the back side of the cabin, there's a natural tree fall stump, but there's a stick stuck up inside of that stump. And there is the log from the natural fall. I went to explore that area, found this fort, had cubby holes in it, right near the cabin on the ridge. This huge branch from a tree has been inverted. It's right by the road. Fell off a tree about 30 foot up. There's a break. But it should have the break broken in by the stump of the tree right there. There's another branch that's laying on top of the tree that's facing butt end towards the road. And there is where the break came from. This tree has been placed backwards into that tree, and this huge tree has been placed in that grove of trees. So I was recording these branches on top of that log right by the cabin, the last shot of the day, and I zoomed in on these two breaks in the meadow and panned over to the left to get a shot of the blind. And just taking a quick shot of the blind, and I zoomed back out. After panning over to the blind, I caught this face. There's the first shot of it. We're going frame by frame through the small clip I got. So there is what I found in the blind, frame by frame. There's the first shot of the eye. So there's the eye right there. You can see hair on its head, looks like some type of hair on the head. And the black part is the stump. So this thing is peeking up with at least one eye over the stump. As I move the camera around, you can see a little bit of blur. Going back, watch the eye. We actually catch this thing moving its head a little bit to adjust the view. Right there, it has now moved its head, averted its eye. The eye is now closer to the stump. It looks off to its right, 2 frames, peers straight ahead, then looks down, readjusts the eye stare. I think it's actually a little bit aware that I'm catching it or something. As soon as I caught it, it adjusted its head, and the eye looks different. It's squinting or has a little bit more of a, actually looks rounder in that picture right there. It stays relatively motionless throughout the whole clip. Here you can see a little bit of a blurry shot as I'm moving the camera around. Again, I don't know that it's there. I'm just looking around at the blind. Did not see this thing until 2 months later. Good shot of the eye. Clarifies right on this shot here. You can see the hair clearly. Interesting thing, it does not really have a brow, no forehead. The hair goes right up to the eye. There's a bug. I'm pointing out a bug on the screen. If you watch down below there, you see this bug flying through the screen right there, going backwards. And here it's going forward. So you see other things going on, the bug flying through the screen. Okay, one more time, we'll go backwards. There's a good shot of the eye as it's crouched down a little bit more, still staring. Even though it was peeking over the log, its head and hair got caught out in the sun. Clearly visible in this shot as something looking through there. Other possibilities are wolverine, bear, weasel, badger, wolf, coyote, bobcat, cougar, but probably not a cat and probably not a dog. This is not typical behavior for those type of animals. So from here, if you look in the center shot, it's perfectly. Over here on the left is what I'm now 35% sure is another creature. This would be the big one, even though I can't understand why the head is a little bit smaller than the one in the center. The big ones usually peek over their shoulders, and that's what this one's doing here. Looks. That is the money shot. Now, what is that? You can see the eyes. It's turned its head. A cone head. What is that?